Welcome back to another video with Yarn is a Second Language. My name is Princeton, and today we are going to do the Afghan stitch, also known as the simple stitch in Tunisian crochet. This is the easy stitch. You guys will love it, and you will have no problem picking this up. So we're not going to waste any time today, so let's jump right into it. Alright, so today, this is the stitch that we will be creating. This is your Tunisian crochet simple stitch, also known as the Afghan stitch, and I love it. I think it's awesome. This is typically the stitch that people learn to use when they first learn how to do Tunisian crochet, and I can see why, and you will see why in a second. It's very easy. For washcloths, it is awesome because it's got a nice tight stitch, and there's not a lot of holes. You know, crochet is really holy at times, so to speak. This is not holy at all. It is very worldly. Dad joke, sorry. No, there's not a lot of holes in this. So I think you will like it for washcloths and other tight knitted, so to speak, objects. We recently did a Tunisian crochet where we did the knit stitch, and this is it right here. I realized I did not have a bigger piece made up for the Afghan stitch, so I just make this up really quick to show you what the finished project will look like. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. You will need a Tunisian crochet hook, at least I recommend one. This is a 5mm size, even though you can see I've worn this thing out. A lot of times people use a size bigger, so I mean, if you're a beginner, you might want to start with a 5.5, but for me, I like a 5. So I just have some cotton yarn here, and the first thing that you need to do is make yourself a slip knot. Any way that you do it is fine. Whatever way you're comfortable will work best. So what you want to do is you want to start off with the chain, and you're going to chain as many chains as you need to for your project. Typically, if you're making a washcloth, I tend to do about 25 to 30 for about an 8" by 8" washcloth. Right now I've been making some bigger ones, so I've been doing about 30 to 35. So for this video, let me zoom in for you. I am only going to do 12. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to chain however many that you need to chain. I'm going to do 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now you do not want to make your stitches too tight. Trust me on that. And I'll show you why here in a little bit. So after you make your chain, what you're going to do is you're just going to turn that over just a little bit, okay? And we're going to start in that very first chain. So all you want to do is you want to insert your hook into that very first chain. You're going to yarn over and pull through. So now you'll have 2 loops on your hook. And you're going to do the exact same thing in the very next stitch. So you're just going to insert your hook into the very next chain, or yes, the chain. And that one is a little bit tight, reason number 1. And then you yarn over, same thing. You're going to pull it through. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. And you're going to do that all the way until you get to the end. So go to your next chain, yarn over, pull through, same thing, go to your next chain, yarn over, pull through. I believe you guys have the idea by now. And remember, do not make this tight, okay? The next step that we do, if you have even tension on your loops, on your hook, your life will be better in a few minutes, okay? All right, so I have 2 more here. And 1 more. This is the very last one. Once you get to the last one, since I chained 12, I should have 12 loops on my hook. So I'm going to count them real quick. We got, that light is not that good, is it? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So the very first thing you want to do after you complete that foundation chain is you're going to chain 1. You're going to yarn over, pull through that first loop, and come up. Okay. What that is doing is basically increasing. That's going to make your work. It's going to go up. So the next thing you want to do is yarn over, and you're going to pull through the next 2 loops. 1, 2. There you go. Same thing. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to do that until you get to the very end of your row. Now, if you made your stitches too tight, this is where it may be a little difficult, okay? So make sure you have, you don't want to be loose, you just want to have a good even tension in all the loops that go on your hook. So when you have 2 on your hook here, you have 1 more to do, and you'll have 1 loop on your hook, okay? So this is what we are looking like right now. All right, that light was bothering me. I didn't like the shadow it was making, so. All right, so this is what we are looking like right now, okay? Not looking like much yet, but it will very shortly. So the next thing we need to do is this right here, we're going to ignore, okay? We're gonna work into this second chain right here, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert our hook. How can I explain this? So there should be 2 bars here. There's one on the front and one on the back. You can see it front and there's back. You want to just insert your hook to where it's behind the front bar. And when you do that, you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull that through. Okay? And you're going to do the exact same thing right here in that next bar. We're only going to work with that front bar. So insert your hook through that front bar, yarn over, pull through. And you're going to do that all the way down. Now, I am not using the correct terminology for this. I'm kind of teaching you guys how I thought in my mind when I was learning how to do this. We will probably go through the terminology in another video, but I think right now the important thing is learning how to do and not so much learning the right words to say, if that makes any sense. So I have a couple more here. And I'm sure you have a lot more than 12, unless you are just making a small swatch like I am. So if you need to, if you got to pause the video, that's no big deal. Just make sure you come back. All right, so I have one more to do. Now here's the only tricky part to this. On your very last one that you got to do, you're going to kind of turn to the side and you'll see that V right here, okay? That is what your hook needs to go behind. So if you kind of split that apart a little bit, you can see a hole right here. That's where you want to go into. So after you insert your hook, you will have that V on, here's that V I'm talking about, on your hook, okay? Then you yarn over and pull through. And just like last time, we're going to chain 1, just go through 1 through that first loop, okay? And then we're going to yarn over and then pull through 2. And we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 all the way back to the end. And after we complete this, you will get a good idea of what this stitch looks like. So I'm just yarning over and pulling through 2 loops all the way to the end. And right here at the bottom, you can kind of see what the stitch is going to look like. Now, you see some holes up here. Do not worry about that. It's going to be wholly on the very top row that you're working on. Once you go through another pass through, it will tighten it up. Promise. All right, so we'll do a couple more. So we're going to ignore this first right here. This is our first chain. It should already be on your hook. So we're going to skip that first chain here. We're going to go into that second one. We're going to insert our hook through the front bar, yarn over, pull through. Insert through this front bar, yarn over, pull through. We're going to do that all the way to the end. By now, I am quite sure you have the hang of it, and you're probably thinking to yourself, yep, Princeton was right. This is very simple, which is probably why they call it the simple stitch. I'm not real sure. That would be my guess anyway. All right, so I have 2 more. Now I have 1 more. And remember, you want to go, you want to find a, let's see, you want to find that V. Right there it is. You just want to insert that hook behind that V. It can be a little tricky to find sometimes, but once you get the hang of it, you know exactly what to look for. All right, so chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way to the end. And once you finish this row, remember those holes? They'll be filled up. They'll have a nice tight stitch. See? It tightened up. Except for that front, or that top. Remember, that's where the holes are going to be until we get to the end of the project. All right, I am fully confident that you all know how to do this by now, but I'm going to go ahead and do one more with you. I'm going to do it fairly quick, so we're going to skip that first chain here. We're going to that second one, insert our hook through the front bar, yarn over and pull through, then go through the second one, yarn over, pull through, and we will do that to the very end of our row. And like I was saying earlier, you can use this for washcloth. That's I've used it quite a bit. You can use it for baby blankets, you can use it for hats, you can use it for really any project. It's a pretty cool stitch, especially with the multicolor yarn. It has a really cool, like, I don't know, like a depth effect to it, the way the stitches are laid out. All right, so once you get to the end, remember you want to go through that V, yarn over, pull through 1, and then when you're passed through back, yarn over and pull through 2. Oh, there we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work a couple more rows pretty quick. This is what we're looking like, okay? And as you can see, we're curling just a little bit. Now this doesn't curl as much as the knit stitch. As you can see, I just finished this one. You can see it curls pretty good. And if you watch this video where I did the knit stitch, you know you can just wet block this and let it dry and it'll be flat. Same thing with this. Once you wet block it, it'll be flat, but it doesn't curl nearly as much as the knit stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and work a couple more rows and I will show you guys how to finish this off. All right, so I'm finishing up my last row. You should be reaching the end of your project as well, and I'm sure it looks great. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you're going to make with this stitch. If you're making a washcloth, a hat, scarf, whatever it is, I'm really curious. I always like to know what you all make with these little tutorials that we kind of do from time to time. All right, I'm making my last pass through here. And also, you know, I don't do a very good job of greeting our new subscribers. If you're new to the channel, and if you like, gosh, we do everything. If you like tutorials, yarn walkthrough, yarn hauls, yarn dyeing, we try to give a variety of everything. If you like that sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also go check out the videos that we've done so far. I think you may like them. So this is what we are looking like right now. And we need to finish up with closing up those holes. And you'll be surprised on how easy it is. So we're just basically going to do the same thing we've been doing. We're going to insert our hook into that front bar. Okay. We're going to yarn over, but we're just going to complete that stitch. It's just like a single crochet. So we'll go through that front bar, yarn over, pull through, so you have two loops on your hook, and then just yarn over through those two loops. Sorry, brain shut down for a second. And we're going to do that all the way across, and as you can see right here, it is closing up those holes right here. Those holes, it's closed up. Front loop, yarn over, complete the stitch. And after you do this, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that is it. I promised easy. I believe we delivered, and I hope you all enjoy the stitch. I also hope that you guys like this video. If you do, let me know in the comment section. And for all you knitters out there, Miss Nikki is getting into knitting tutorials, and if you are new to the channel, Miss Nikki is the lesser half of this channel. I mean, the better half of this channel. For those of you that do watch, as you know, we joke around quite a bit. So after you do your last one, you want to just chain one more, and just like last time, I forgot to bring some scissors, so you want to cut, or in my case, break, and then pull through, give it a nice little tuggy tug. And then you'll want to you want to weave in your ends, which I am famously known to not do. And this is your stitch, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, it is not holy, it is very, very worldly. Dad joke again, I'm sorry. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. As promised, it is that easy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, check out our Instagram page if you haven't already. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you. Hey, buddy. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Alrighty, buddy. I'll see you guys later. Adios.